Welcome to a comprehensive guide for Pokken. This guide is to explain the mechanics of Pokken to newcomers and veterans. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, but for now, just sit back and enjoy the video. Pokken's gameplay is split into two phases, Field Phase and Duel Phase. In Field Phase, your character is free to move in the four main cardinal directions and its intermediates. The analog does not allow any greater accuracy than how you would input a movement on a directional pad. In Duel Phase, your character is locked to only left and right movement, similar to any traditional fighting game. Pressing up and down will make your character perform a high and low stance respectively. Characters have special properties during these stances. You can find them available on Pokken Arena forums. The game has certain requirements to switch between field and duel phases, but first, let's show the indications that will allow you to see what phase you are in. At the bottom right of the screen, you can see a strip of color, blue for field and red for duel, to indicate the phase the game is currently in. When a phase shift occurs, you will notice a semi-opaque graphic with the words phase shift that shows up in the bottom middle of the screen and lasts for about 1 to 2 seconds. The requirements to phase shift from field phase to duel phase is quite simple. All you need to do is hit your opponent with a big attack or break your opponent's guard. Experiment with your character in training mode to see what moves will shift. The requirements to phase shift in duel phase are much more complex. There's two methods to phase shifting in duel, a maxed out phase shift meter, PSP, or a combo reaching 21 hits. Any combo that reaches 21 hits will force the phase shift. Even if you are using your burst attack as your ending combo, the game will not stay in duel phase unless you are under 21 hits before the animation can begin. In duel phase, there's an invisible meter given to both players. Almost every hit that is not whiffed or blocked will increase this meter by a certain amount. When this meter reaches 12 points, the game will force a phase shift to field phase. This will become very important when optimizing damage, so make sure to read up about how many points your character's moves add to the PSP meter. Pokken Tournament Attack Triangle will let players know what moves will beat another. Attacks beat grabs, grabs beat counterattacks, and counterattacks will beat attacks. When a move beats another with the attack triangle logic, you are given a critical. As you can see, criticals are given a nice visual effect for players to identify. While the attack triangle makes Pokken seem like a big rock paper scissors game, there are exceptions that circumvent the triangle itself. First, we'll start with attacks. Attacks are separated into different heights. High hitting moves can be dodged by a character's low stance or low attack. It is imperative to note that some characters do not go low enough to dodge a high attack. Therefore, their options will be different than ones that can low stance effectively. Low attacks can also be dodged by an airborne attack or jumping, but a medium attack will hit a character in the air and in low stance. Some moves have the special ability to resist attack hit stun. You can tell a move has hit resist by a red overlay placed on the character. Normally, a faster attack will beat a slower one, but due to hit resist, these moves will overpower the weaker move. However, a pierce attack will be able to beat all hit resist moves. Every character has anti-air capabilities. When using an anti-air attack, which is typically AY, the character will start a move, then gain invincibility against any aerial used, allowing for a potential punish. Although these moves can be aerial attacks, if an aerial attack is used on your character's wake up correctly, the aerial attack will reward your opponent a punish. Directing our attention to grabs, we'll now break down how some options can stop grabs. Jumping is an option to beating most grabs. If you believe your opponent will grab, you can jump and punish with an attack. A parry occurs when an attack is caught very early in the startup frames. The attack and grab will cancel out, resetting to neutral. If an attack has reached the parry threshold, the attack will beat out the grab and allow for a punish. Some moves will crush a grab no matter what frame it is initiated on. Every character can crush a grab using 8x, but there are other moves that can also crush grabs. You can find all the moves on Pokken Arena forums. Some characters have grabs that require different inputs, and are referred to as command grabs. These grabs vary in many ways. Characters possessing a range grab to catch opponents from afar, aerial grabs that allow opponents to be grabbed in the air and sometimes on the ground, and grounded command grabs that have from one to multiple unique aspects such as canceling the grab, counter frames, and invincibility. Each counterattack has a certain amount of frames it can cover. Once those frames have completed, the character will be vulnerable to an attack. Characters can beat counters by using a well-timed attack, but it is much easier to beat with a multi-hit move rather than a single hit move. Counterattacks will also lose to moves that have the special ability to pierce. These specific moves will be able to completely break through a counter and allow that player to punish that option. You can look at your move list for moves that pierce. Counterattacks have the ability to be charged. Once fully charged, it will become a pierce attack and will beat the other opponent's counters. Every character is also able to cancel their counterattack with a dash. This is called a counterattack dash cancel or CADC. If a counter will not win in a scenario, you are free to cancel it before it is fully charged. Some counterattacks cannot be CADC'd, so make sure to know which counters can and cannot be cancelled. That's all for now. We covered the bare bones of Pokken and got into explaining how the misconceptions of visualizing Pokken as a rock, paper, scissors game. In the next video, we'll be continuing to cover more about Pokken's mechanics and how you can make them work towards your advantage. Thanks for stopping by, and see you again.